Edo, welcome to a special edition of No Choftes. Now, before you guys start saying, I thought you weren't going to do a live anymore until July. Well, this isn't live. This is a pre-record. So don't worry about leaving comments in the live chat facility. Leave the comments down below. Yeah? When this show's done, leave a comment there. It helps the algorithm. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Tell your nunna. Well, this particular show is a preview of the Qabala game in the Conference League. Now, as you guys know, every time we play a European game, I try to do a preview with someone that knows about the club or can tell us a little bit more. And I found a journalist from Azerbaijan. His name is Farid, top bloke. And I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy this one because he tells us quite a few things about the club which we're not fully aware of. He gives us his thoughts, his views, and his opinions on how the game's going to go. Look, it's going to be a tough game, but I'm pretty sure we can go into this game with a little bit of optimism. I know things at the moment aren't great, and I'm not going to go into what's going on because it's Friday the 23rd of June and nothing has been announced yet, and I don't want to go into that. It's not my business for now. All we need to do is focus on the game next week. So here it is, our interview with Farid. So we are joined by a special guest to tell us all about our Conference League opponents, Qabala. It's Farid. Farid, did I pronounce it correctly?
Farid, yes. Farid Axundov.
Farid, lovely. Well, it's a pleasure having you on the podcast, my friend. Before we start...
Maybe you know Farid name because it's from the football player, for example, Farid Ali Mandragon, you know, from Galatasaray, from Colombia.
Oh, yes. The goalkeeper, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Farid
so your parents were Gala fans, huh?
Yes, I am Gala fan.
Jim Bonbon,
yes. Because it's near the Azerbaijan and we love Turkish clubs. Also, we love Galatasaray because, you know, Galatasaray has won UEFA Cup 20 years.
Yeah, very good team. Very good team. I remember when they had Tugay and many other players. I think, wasn't the Brazilian goalkeeper there, Tafarel? Was in goal.
Claudio Tafarel, yes. He worked at Galatasaray many years as goalkeeper coach, but he now works Brazil national football team.
Very good. Very good.
Currently, yes. Continue. He's
so,
coach.
Tell us about yourself then. How did we find you? You're a journalist in Azerbaijan.
I have a PhD degree at the university. I write many research articles, science article about football or sport journalism. It is my branch. For example, I researching some problems in our sector. For example, you know, in some places, people don't love a woman who writes or criticize football. They say that why woman writes about football, because football is men's job, and I'm researching it, and I'm looking for about it, how we can solve this problem, because I think that if woman can write or can analyze politics, other sectors, I think that they can write or analyze about football and other branches.
Of course, and you know, football is for everyone. It's not just for men; it's for everyone, and it's very important to be inclusive.
But and, I think you live in UK, United Kingdom, London, and you are from Cyprus. You know, Cyprus near the Greece, and Greece is near European. But some regions. For example, Ottoman empires places. For example, I live Azerbaijan near the Turkey. These places, people in these places, people think different about football, about women. Therefore, it is very hard and very important job for me. I should research women's right on the football and on the journalism also. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the football side of things and Omonia's opponents. You know everything there is to know about them. So, what can you tell us about Qabala?
Qabala is the very good technical teams because their coach Elmar Bakshiyev makes his team in very little standards, very little conditions. Because they have in trouble for economics. I say that after Limassol match, the Qabala has won Limassol on the Europa League third qualification round. After that, Qabala faced many problems, economic problems, and Elmar Bakshiyev took the team and he gave his passions and his tactics principes, and it helped to the Qabala football team. So today we can see that other teams, for example, Zire, for example, have more money, or Zire had transferred many good players, but Qabala qualified to the European League, European Conference League. It's very good point for them, but we should say that one problem for this season. After this season, Qabala have lost many players. For example, Felipe Santos, Revlan Muradov, Ramon Machado. They are very good players, but we can say that Qabala will play against Omonoia without some main players, because I don't believe that Qabala can transfer and Qabala could reach them Omonoia match. I don't believe that. It is very hard, and our journalists say that in our country we talk about this match, and we say that other European qualifiers teams, for example, Karabakh, Neftchi, Sabah, can pass other round, but Qabala don't. Why? Because Qabala seems very weak in these days. But we should say that Elmar Bakshiyev really is very different manager. Therefore, I think that he has some plans against Omonoia, but we should remember that Karabakh 4-1 score past Omonoia match, and 1 year ago or past season, Qabala played very well against Karabakh. Therefore, I think that it depends on other
factors. Yeah.
Yes, other segments. If Omonoia prepare well, I think that Omonoia can pass this round, and Omonoia should think that about Qabala forwards and Qabala tactical, no tactical, attacking systems, because Qabala has scored. Qabala have scored 47 time
last season.
Last season. Yes, in the league, because they have really good points on the attacking session.
Yeah, you mentioned the head coach is very different into his approach. Now, what type of system does he normally play? 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2? How does he play?
4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1. And we should say that these systems depends on winger players' performance, but we now see that, for example, Felipe Santos has gone, and it could be a big problem for Qabala. I think that Qabala will try to get a best option in first match. For example, it could be 0-0 score or 1-1 score, a draw. I think that, but second match, Qabala will wait right time, and they will attack. They will attack Omonoia side.
Okay. So you mentioned the system 4-2-3-1, and you said the wingers are the strong point, but obviously the Brazilian has gone to Hapoel Tel Aviv, I think, hasn't he gone to Israel? I think he's gone to Israel. But when you talk about the defense, do you see any weaknesses in defense that maybe Omonoia can exploit?
For example, it depends on defense skills. I think that Juan Renato, Qabala is main defense player, but it's said that it could be happen. Juan Renato can go to abroad or other Azerbaijan teams. If this happen, I think that Omonoia will get many chances. But in this situation, Qabala defense is very good, because they play very systematic systems, and Qabala's players also depends on their midfielders, because they keep ball center, and they bring balls ahead. For example, right back or other left back, and they send the balls
Crossing into the
crossing.
box.
Yes,
Yeah,
crossing.
yeah.
Yes, forward.
Because I
Therefore,
saw
yes, it
I
depends
saw
on
the
winger.
yeah. Because I saw the goals, the 46 goals. I watched them, and a lot of the goals came from crosses into the box,
Yes.
and also Qabala like to press very high. So when the goalkeeper has the ball, he tries to pass it, but they all charge forward. You know, it's very high press.
Yes, high press because it is ideas come from the Elmar Bakshev. Elmar Bakshev think that the players should work on the pitch every time, and we can see that some problems Qabala's match. For example, score 2-0. Qabala Qabala is late. This time we can see that Qabala's players feel some relax, and they lost pressing systems, or they just rejected pressing.
Brilliant. And in terms of where the match will be played, I know Qabala
Okay.
Stadium holds 2,000. Will it be moved to Qarabag Stadium?
Okay. Now, Qabala match, yes, it could be Baku, maybe Baku, because Qabala continue some problems at the stadium after the season. For example, Azerbaijan football season was continuing 28 matches, but last season it 36 matches, and it was very long period. Therefore, their stadium and their stadium pitch could some harm on this. Therefore, maybe Qabala, yes, can play Baku. But I should say that fans is nothing in Azerbaijan football, also for Qabala, because they play every time with 1,000 or 500 fans.
Okay, it's a small attendance. Okay.
Yes, it is nothing. It is not a real problem. Also, I said that if Qabala plays in Baku, can come many fans because capital city, and I said Cyprus teams maybe Azerbaijan teams prepares against Cyprus team different.
Yeah. It's understandable.
You know this.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why? I think that it is. It happened also in Cyprus against Azerbaijan or Turkish teams.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It does. Yeah. Unfortunately, politics doesn't have any place in football, but they bring it in, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, the final question I have to ask was two actually. The first one, you mentioned the players that have left the club. Which players do you think that are still at the club are the dangerous players that Omonoia need to look out for, need to worry about?
Okay. Now maybe Qabala's place. I said that Juan Renato Yes. Also Omar Hani from Jordan player, and Feras Abu Akal. He's very good player, and I think that's it. Because now Qabala's squad, Qabala's squad is very weak.
It's small. Many players have
Yes,
gone. Yeah.
yes, and if we looked at their performance last season, last season, for example, 2021 and 2022, I think that they had a chance to play, and it is a very big chance for them to playing. And maybe we can see that some new player, and we can see that many a few academic players on these matches. Maybe bench, Qabala's bench. But Ran Renato and Feras Abu Akal, it's very important player. Yes, I think that them Omonoia should be very
should be worried about them. Yeah.
Careful.
Should be concerned. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And as for Omonoia, do Qabala know much about Omonoia? Do you know anything about the club and the players that might cause a problem for Qabala?
I don't know anything about Omonoia. I just know that Omonoia is the biggest teams in Cyprus, and they play European football leagues, for example, Europa League or Conference League. But I know that Cyprus teams have many Greece mentality football players, and therefore they play very aggressive. And Omonoia, Limassol, after Apoel, they try to get some chance or success in Europe football leagues, and therefore they try to get some players from the important teams or various player.
For sure. Well, Farid, thank you very much for your time, my friend. I appreciate it. Do you use any social media? So maybe I can tell our listeners to follow you or anything like that, so they can see what work you're doing.
Twitter, Farid Axundov.
Twitter, yeah.
Twitter, okay. Yes. Instagram, Farid Axundov 13.
Okay, great stuff. You send me the information. I'll put it in the description, and then we could take it from there. Brilliant. Well, boys and girls, this is another edition of No Choftes. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for Farid for joining us. I'm sure next week will be a very, very interesting game. But it's looking okay for us in the sense that Qabala are looking very weak at the moment with many players leaving. But this is a European game, and we cannot take this for granted. It's going to be a difficult game. The atmosphere is going to be hostile. And obviously, we have our own problems. So we'll be back very, very soon. So until next time, ade, vamos lá,